Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show from the Colin Scroggins Studios, CNAW2News.com. That's where you get all the Chattahoochee news and weather around the area. Mike Costello Law Firm, Houston Clinic, Coca-Cola, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, our sponsors. It's a late night edition, and it is raining outside. That's the reason why we're doing it so late. Just dropped episode 1 of Sitting with an Athletic Director, State of the Program, season 4 in full effect this summer. And I'm going to be sitting down with all the ADs from around the area. Had a ton of fun talking with Brian Easton. So if you missed that, go on our Facebook page right now or YouTube channel, and you can rewatch that incredible interview talking every single sport at Smith Station, every single program, coach, how they did last year, expectations for this year. It was a ton of fun, him jumping off and starting, Sitting with an Athletic Director, State of the Programs. Glad it's back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We got a great show in store for you today. Mike Frost, Richard Holger is going to come in studio. We'll talk Lions. We'll talk Columbus United and some summer basketball. We got early football look. Brooks, Pacelli, and Calvary. We said we were going to do that on Monday. We saved it for today. We'll talk about that. Mike Frost, myself, will come up with some other great moments. Richard, too, that we remember from this past year. And then we got something that I am excited about to wrap up the show. It is Georgia Alabama Sports Live Cup. So, congratulations to the Columbus High Blue Devils, as it has made the announcement they were the Directors' Cup champion for 2A, which means they were the number 1 sports athletic program. And from every single sport offered, they were competitive in almost each one of them, winning state championships in cross country, state runner-up in tennis, deep playoff runs in multiple other sports, state championships in cheerleading. Congratulations to Danielle McCoy and everyone at Columbus High on being the number 1, the top 2A program across the board for all sports. And I was like, we should do that here locally. So we got the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Cup that we're going to talk about this year, really implement it for next year. But we'll talk about who are some of the teams that could be in that mix if we were to have done it this past year, come up with that criteria, and we may even announce a winner here in a few weeks. So we got a ton that we're going to be getting into. It's going to be another great show here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We had the coach show for Columbus Lions yesterday. Columbus United had their game. Guess what? Both those teams play this Saturday. If you got nothing else going on, you go to Memorial Stadium, watch Columbus United host Dothan FC, and Columbus Lions are going to be hosting Jersey in their final regular season game of the season. They're 8-0, looking to go 9-0, and they've already clinched first place in the regular season. They're regular season champs. They already know who they're playing in the playoffs. That's next Saturday, June 27th. They're going to be taking on Mississippi. If they win that, they will be in this championship game July 11th. They will be hosted in Wheeling. So the Lions trying to go undefeated and win a championship in the first year back in the AAL with Roger Beck and company. So ton of fun to see how they've been this past 4 or 5 months. They've really taken the city by storm. Little Scrappy will be in attendance for halftime. Cannot wait for that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, I'm going to bring on Mike Frost here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. And we're going to talk about those teams, as I made mention, and then talk about some of his best moments here. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
A strong workout needs a strong recovery. And with your Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to 6 new amenities, like the Red Light Sauna and Polar Dry Plunge, both designed to reduce muscle soreness and relieve tension. Reset, restore, and recover your muscles so you can do it all again tomorrow.
You gotta try this.
Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Deal ends June 19th. New Black Card amenities, even stronger value.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. Costello, car wreck. Car wreck? Hostelo.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back, everyone. Georgia Alabama Sports Live and his Hawaiian summer T-shirt. He's living his best life.
Fool myself with this weather.
Welcome to the good life. It's Mike Frost here. Frosty, how you been, man? Good to see you. It's been a long time. Glad to get you back. You rejuvenated. You refreshed.
Yes.
It's time to get back in the act, man. Can you believe it? We're already halfway through the month of June, and before you know it, it's going to be August, and we're going to be kicking footballs and watching some high-level teams try to win a state championship.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. It's getting close. I know next Wednesday we've got that 7-on-7 tournament out at Smith Station, so I'm already kind of itching for some football coming up. Just about another month or so, man. Maybe 2 months total.
They already smell the grass,
yeah,
don't
already,
they?
Man. The grass is getting cut. Everything, especially after this week, once it stops raining, that grass is going to be fresh cut. It's going to have those kids being like, oh, I don't feel like stretching out here in this summer heat all on this grass, but I can't wait for it, man. It's getting close to being about that time.
All right, man. So I wanted to bring you on today and I plan on having my guy Phil Jones again on Sunday, and he just said confirmed it. So
nice.
Mike, me and you and him can chop it up again. Last week, me and Richard talked, this early conversation. We're kind of recapping last year. We're not previewing next year yet. I like to get the coaches on to get a good feel for that. It's all educated guess at this point. But recapping last year, we already did Russell County, Smith Station, Glenwood. Now we're going to do the private schools in Georgia. We got Brookstone, Pacelli, and Calvary. Let's start with the Pacelli Vikings. Year one of Smitty Grider had its ups and downs, had some good moments. Played Brookstone really tough last year. Did make the playoffs, won the first round in the playoffs, lost to Brookstone in the quarterfinals. So your thoughts on Smitty Grider and company? As last year they went 6-6. They did beat Tatnall. That's a big win over Calvary at home. Beat a really good Westville team at the end of the season. That game was, I think, their best win by far. Took down Loganville, and then we thought that Brookstone rematch because the 19-14 it went down the wire, and then Brookstone was able to win that 40-7. Your thoughts year one of Smitty Grider at Pacelli? Again, about 500 the whole year.
I feel like it was a good year for them coming in there, getting a little bit of an establishment with the foundation of that program. You got some good coaching out there as well. You're going to have they got a lot I've seen lately as far as some of the stuff coming up, whether it be on their social media page. A lot of these incoming kids, whether they be freshmen, they've got some good-sized kids coming in that are young. And just by that year alone, having a good season, making it to the third round of the playoffs in the GIAA, I expect it to be an even better year this year. I believe they're going to give Brookstone a run for their money, not only because, but let's just say it's going to be a little bit of a, I guess not a so-called secret weapon anymore, but CJ Starr is going to be man in the middle of that defense over there who's coming over from Spencer, and that kid is a monster.
That's a massive upgrade for a defense that had, again, its moments last year. They returned J.D. Davis. They returned John Thompson. D.J. Colvin had 101 yards per game last year and got to 1,000. Cam Carino is back, another junior. A lot of guys coming back from a really productive offense, especially later on in the year. I'm expecting big things. They just came runner-up in a 7-on-7. I'm excited. And then when they get back Damian Daniels, their D coordinator, Koa Picard, the guy with linebackers, I'm telling you, Pacelli's going to be just fine. Let's talk about some of the teams that they take on this year. They will be first game is against ELCA, and then their second game is against Deerfield Windsor. Now, Max Preps has not put out the official schedule yet. We know they got to take on Calvary. We know they got to take on Brookstone or some of those teams. Do you feel like they have a potential to win state next year?
I believe they got a potential to go far in state. One of the things you can count on, like I said, just by the addition of some of those players, even some of the freshmen that are going to be coming in. I mean, they've got some big linemen coming in that are going to be freshmen next year. But now these offenses, not just locally with Brookstone and Calvary, but also throughout the GIAA, these offenses are going to have to game plan around that defense. It was a great defense last year. Did really well for them and Coach Daniels, Coach Grider out there at Pacelli. But I feel like this year with CJ Starr running it, it's going to be a completely different ball game. These teams are going to have to start game planning just to keep CJ Starr from making those big plays, which I don't really see happening because nobody in GHSA could really stop them either.
FPD is who they'll lead off with. They'll have Stratford at home. Stratford, the defending state champion. FPD made it to the semifinals last year, take on a public school in Dadeville. That's old roots to Smitty Grider when it used to be at Beauregard. Mount Vernon's going to be at home. They'll go on the road to ELCA. Then they got Deerfield Windsor, a team that's played in the state championship the last 2 seasons. And then Strong Rock at home. They got Brookstone at home, at Calvary, and then Montgomery Academy. My goodness.
Montgomery Academy is a good one.
I've seen it, especially in basketball. So tough schedule for Pacelli to come up, but I think they are going to want to get through. And when talking to a lot of these coaches, nobody wants an easy schedule, go undefeated, and then when you get in the playoffs, you get smacked in the face because you have been
no adversity at that point.
At all, and you haven't had any way of you getting punched in the mouth and having to respond to that. It can come back to hurt you. So I'm excited about Pacelli. Quarterback position, kind of where the question mark is. We'll see who those guys are going to be able to step it up big for them. But I like Smitty Grider. I like this coaching staff. And I think they kind of got a feel for the GIAA his first year there. Now he's starting to turn the corner. Additions like CJ Starr is only going to make them better. It's going to be big for them. Now let's go to Calvary Christian and talk about Emmanuel Brunson. Last year, Calvary Christian went 6-6, won a playoff game. Able to have that incredible game where Jamar Williams had the interception, beat Bethlehem Christian 30-28, then went on the road, lost to Stratford, only by 16 to a team that won a state championship, and they had lost to Stratford 2 weeks prior by 27. They started the season, though, undefeated, and I think that's where we it took a lot of luster out. They were undefeated, ranked in the top 5, and dominated every game. They won every game by 15 points or more, and then when they played Brookstone, lost to them. Lost to Pacelli, lost to Westfield by 1 at home, Strong Rock, and then Stratford. It wasn't looking good. They won a 5-game losing streak heading in the playoffs. To get that win changed the whole momentum heading into the offseason for Coach Emmanuel Brunson.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things right now. Coach Brunson's a smart guy as far as when it comes to football, especially offensively. He's going to have them ready, which is going to be great because you're going to still have Braxton Wilkinson at quarterback this year. He's going to be out there slinging the rock around, slinging the peel. We'll see what kind of running game they can kind of develop. Kind of didn't really have one last year. Kind of went away from the run game. I think they may have cost them a couple of things there because it's hard to give your defense a break when there's 3 passes, 3 incompletes. You put off about 18 to 20 seconds off the clock, and then your defense is back on the field after a 3 and out on a punt.
Right.
So it's going to be one of those things. Can they establish the run game? I believe that's what they were lacking last year a little bit. Didn't really have a big rusher. Defensively, they had the abilities back there to get back towards the passer. The run defense kind of gave up some big plays every now and then, got gutted a little bit, but we'll see what kind of improvements they make on that as well. But it's going to be one of those things where I feel like Brunson and them are going to have a good year as well. It's just going to be a tough region to come out of in that GIAA because you got 3 great football teams just here locally in Columbus in the GIAA.
Yeah. I liked what I saw from Wilkinson.
Yes.
There is a lot of talent on there. I'm hearing when talking with Brunson, for one, off-season workout's been great, and they look really good in 7-on-7 and some of the tournaments they played in against some higher-level teams. Does that translate? Let's talk about next year's schedule, who Calvary will be playing in 4A. Bethlehem Christian is who they'll lead off with, the team they beat at, and they'll be at home against them August the 14th. I look forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then Mount Zion on the road, Flint River at home, Petula Charter. Then a bye week, Valwood, powerhouse in 3A, Bowden and Brookstone. They don't play a home game after they play 2 of the first 3 games at home. They then go on the road the next 5 weeks, either a open date and then 4 straight road games and then another open date. So really 6 weeks before they get back at home, Strong Rock and then Pacelli and then at Lakeview. So 2 open dates there because they play that week 0 game. And during that stretch from at the end of August, first week of September until midway through October. That's the next time they're home. That's a long stretch. Petula Charter, Valwood, Bowden, and Brookstone with 2 bye weeks in between. That's the stretch that's going to really determine if this team has what it takes, and that's why I really feel like those first 3 games are going to be crucial. They need to be 2-1 or undefeated at best if they want to get through that gauntlet of a schedule.
And the main thing is going to be that September 25th and that October 2nd, those 2 games on the road. You used to have 1 game against Bowden, the 4-time state champs in the GHSA in Class A. That's going to be a big matchup there to go on the road up and towards northwest Georgia to end up playing them. Then come back, go on the road, play at Brookstone. So you've got 2 state title. I will say Brookstone state title team. They made it to the state title game. So you got 2 teams that made it to the state title game last year. One that won it. You got to play them back to back going towards the end of the year. Hopefully they'll be able to stay healthy, prepare for the playoffs, kind of get like a little bit of momentum going, maybe get an upset out of those 2 games and really get that confidence up before they hit the playoffs.
I like, again, the momentum from Calvary, but tough schedule.
Yes.
Now let's go to Brookstone. The Cougs last year, 10-3, went 8-2 in the regular season, made it to the championship. We were there for that, and Mercer lost off of the block punt. And again, it's just crazy. Jimmy Hunter was probably going to end up being MVP of the game.
Yeah, he was flipping the field all night.
And if it's just a bad snap, couldn't get the punt off, they get great field position inside the 5, score, end up winning state championship. But man, what a first year for Ian Headley and company. They started the season off 5-0. They were coming out like bar burners, ranked number 1. Then they get dominated by Stratford at Stratford. Kind of got punched in the mouth. Again, this team was, with Dylan Terry, I think this team wins the state championship, in my opinion. I really do. I think he was on pace to have over 1,000 yards and brought another dynamic. Still able to be competitive, but losing that in the backfield hurt them a little bit. And then they beat Calvary, beat Pacelli, lost to Westfield, then beat Strong Rock, and then in the playoffs dominated Pacelli, shut out FPD, and had a chance there against Stratford, up 7-6, end up losing 14-7. Your thoughts, Ian Headley? You got to call several of his games. Pretty good year for year 1.
Man, I loved it being around that football program, watching Coach Headley out there and the guys that he brought in to help coach that team. And really kind of that first year, they made it to the state championship game. Should have, could have won it. But that's one of those things where you're going to use it as fuel in the fire to get ready for this next season. But y'all, we were 1 touchdown away from that title. you have to stay hungry. And I believe that's going to be the case with Broughton Branch at quarterback, Mitchum Kelly at wide receiver. I believe the offense is going to be just as dynamic. Coach Foreman, those guys on the defensive side, he's going to have those guys flying around, just knocking the pill out of people's hands whenever they get the ball. So it's going to be one of those years where I expect a big year out of Brookstone. Like I said, it's a three-headed monster in the GIAA just in Columbus. Any three of these teams could win a state title. So we'll just see what the development is over the summer, how they do with 7-on-7s, getting ready during fall, getting ready during the summer workouts, the summer camps, see who comes out stronger, healthier, and ready come postseason time. But I believe Coach Haley and them, they're going to make another run for a state title. And, I mean, just being that touchdown behind I mean, people forget about the 1/3 of football, the special teams, and that's what cost them that state championship game. So hopefully they'll try and learn from that and come back with some fire in them and try and get a title at Brookstone.
All right, let's talk about some of the teams that are going to be playing this year, looking at the master schedule. Brookstone Cougars open up on the road at Westfield. Really good team in Perry. Then they got Spencer.
Yes. They've got two public schools, I believe, on their schedule.
Spencer High School at home.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that right. Brookstone and Spencer are playing football against each other. August 21st. It's also the same day Northside and Smith Station play. Glenwood opens. That is going to be
It's gonna be a gauntlet. It's gonna be a great slate of games on that August 21st.
And then guess what? After Spencer,
Glenwood.
they go on the road to Glenwood.
Yep.
I'm not done yet.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
Then I'm on the road to Stratford,
Yep.
defending state champion. I'm not done yet. I'm welcoming Lakeside at home. I don't think Lakeside was too good in the AISA, so I think that could be an opportunity for them. Then let's talk about the next week. John Millage, defending state champion and #1 team in the entire GIAA. Manchester at home, Calvary at home, on the road at Pacelli, on the road at Strong Rock. Whew! He gets through that.
Yeah.
At 6-4, 7-3.
Yeah, that's a good
This
year.
team looks like they probably win a state championship. That is a gauntlet. I think Spencer's going to be decent next year. We know about Glenwood, and you got to play them on the road. Stratford on the road, John Millage on the road, Pacelli on the road. That is a tough
And then
slate
hosting
for
Manchester. Manchester, probably one of the.
Kidding me?
I mean, they're going to have a big crowd come down from Meriwether County. That's one of the things you're definitely going to see. And that is a
My
wild.
boy Chrissy over there shaking his head.
It is a wild. My mother graduated from Manchester. I've been around that program for a while.
And by the way, Ian Headley's watching right now. And listen, I will tell you this though, he was Coach of the Year last year. I'm to come out of nowhere to see him do what he did with this Pacelli team. That the thing I love about him most is that he's not shying away.
Nah.
Because most people in his position would probably not want to schedule that schedule.
Nah.
But when you're trying to prove that you got one of the top programs in the entire state, I understand it.
Oh, yeah.
That you want to go play the best team in the GIAA, John Millage. You want to welcome some top talent local teams like Spencer here. You want to go on the road across the board and play one of the top private schools in Glenwood. I commend him on it.
Yes.
That is just a gauntlet of a daggum schedule.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like, I'm looking forward to a lot of those games. I'm sure they are too, and being able to have them at home. Like I said, with the Manchester, a lot of people kind of downplay Manchester being a single A team in Georgia, but being around them, that's a tough. They're always going to be tough. They're gritty. It's a country town. That's all those folks live for up there is football. So that's going to be a great environment down there at Brookstone whenever they host them, and I can't wait for that. It's going to be one of the games I highlight for the season.
I cannot wait for it. I mean, I looked at Brookstone's schedule and Carver's schedule next year, and then in Glenwood.
Yes.
Glenwood's going to be hosting Phillip Rivers and McGill Tulane. You got Carver going to be playing Napeville, Charter, Worth County, Sumter County, Chris County, Southwest DeKalb, and then you got Brookstone saying, well, Spencer, come on, I'll take on Glenwood, John Millage. I love it, man. These coaches not shine away. They believe in their programs, and I'm all about it. Trust me, for a guy that loves broadcasting, I know everybody and their mom's going to be tuning in watching these games.
Oh, yes.
Our viewership for football season is going to be crazy. We thought 13 million was – that's how much we got for the whole year last year, 13 million views. We may get that in football season alone next year.
Exactly. It's going to grow. It's going to grow because a lot of these schools, like we talk about Ian Headley, one, just being a great coach, two, trying to build that foundation, three, not scared. I mean, I know of a 7A team that he was trying to schedule on the slate.
Trust me.
Just couldn't get it to work out.
I know several schools that he would have said, hey, any point. Let me ask you this: Broughton Branch, is he the number one quarterback returning in the area next year?
I believe so. Experience-wise, he'll be a senior, I believe, this year. One of the better arms, better size quarterbacks as well.
Think about
He's got the height. He's got the size. He's the prototypical quarterback. Especially, he's got the feet to be able to move downfield, be able to make plays on the ground.
Right.
But he's got a 30-6 for an arm.
Think about this: Brookstone went from Alford, make that championship run in 23, and then in 24, Branch takes over, make it to the semifinals.
Yeah.
Last year makes it to the state finals. I mean, he wins, and I saw the leadership quality when they did their spring practice. The kid cares and wants to be elite. They return Mitchum Kelly. Yeah, you've seen him several times. Yeah, that touchdown in the game against Stratford. They get Dylan Terry back. They got the defensive line of Colton Jordan, Charlie Peak. He's got the talents there for Brookstone.
Oh yeah.
And then they added some key players too. Some young guys are coming in and had experience from last year. I like it, but I definitely think Branch is just looking around, thinking about top quarterbacks returning next year. I don't know why you wouldn't put Branch number one or at least in the top 3. I just, numbers-wise, why not? He's a senior.
I have him at number 1 as far as locally as quarterbacks. Yeah, they have a great one at Hurd at Carver as well that won a state title, but still a freshman.
Yeah.
Had a lot of mistakes last year. Branch is one of those guys who leads a team down the field, and it comes down to those big moments. And then to think about it, I actually would say that they have the number 1 quarterback and the number 1 wide receiver in the city.
Okay.
That we cover. I think Mitchum Kelly's the number 1 wide receiver that we have.
Oh, I don't know about that one, Mike.
I think so. I mean, you think about this kid. He just was at Mississippi State today. He's a D1 wide receiver, and we don't have too many of those. I'm just saying.
Hold up. Listen.
He's my.
I like it. I like it. Go.
Yeah, he's my little dark horse. Is the number 1 wide receiver we have in the area. I believe he's going to have a big year.
I do like it. I think big things are going to be coming from T.J. Woodson this year.
Oh, me too now.
Because I think because maybe the backfield of Carver is going to look a lot different than last year. Maybe a little bit more on the shoulders of Sebastian Hurd. I've seen some 7-on-7. I think Woodson, Marte Sears, those guys, and obviously Central's always got elite receivers. Glenwood's got some guys coming back. J.D. Davis for Pacelli, John Thompson. But I'm with you. Kelly put up great numbers last year, and it's the continuity and chemistry that him and his quarterback.
It's 4 years together. He's a senior this year as well. The experience is a factor when I say the top wide receiver.
I'm hearing you, Mike. You may be trying to convince me, but that's our preview on Brookstone, Pacelli, and Calvary. Looking forward to seeing them play this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Mike, let's do some of the best moments this past year for you. Just 3 or 4 games that you were involved in or that you can remember that was a lot of fun this year, Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess my first one would have to be the one that, you've already talked about it before. We had a little conversation pre-show about it, but that game where we traveled down to go have Carver when they went on the road at Sumter County, it was just me, you, and Ricky Rogers, the 3 of us in the bleachers with a tent that I brought in the back of my truck to cover up from a monsoon storm. And then it's there's an 8-7 ball game. And somehow they come out with a win with a throw from Hurd to Sears at the end. Yeah. Big win to stay undefeated that actually probably helped propel them to that state title just by seeding, because Sumter County had a little bit of an argument about the fact that where they were seeded just because they became second in the region.
No doubt.
Dropped all the way to number 9 in the standings in the GHSA. So it was a big game down there, loud, crazy stadium. Big crowd came down from Columbus to go down to Americus and watch that ball game. So that'd probably be one of my top ones, my first one. Number 2, Russell County, first round of the playoffs in football, whenever they hosted Gulf Shores.
Yep, and this was we had to do this for NFHS.
Yes.
You can't. I don't want people to go back and try to find these games. We unfortunately didn't get to put this on our platform because of AHSA, but it was a Georgia Alabama Sports Live production. We claim it. Continue, Mike.
Oh no, yeah. It was one of those things where just being part of that one. It was their first playoff game. They were hosting Gulf Shores, and down by a touchdown, down by a score. I believe it was 32-28, more than a field goal. They needed to score a touchdown to win. And with less than 10 seconds left, a throw from Bryson Riggins, Mr. Consistent out there at Russell County throughout the whole career he had out there, made a big throw down the field. They had a 30-yard touchdown to win that ball game and go to the second round. And I had me a little bit of a Gus Johnson moment. I got caught up, started yelling a little bit. Couldn't help it. But that was probably another big one for me. And then probably my first year actually being involved with wrestling in the community.
You had fun with that, man.
Man,
You
I
took
had a
on that
blast,
role.
bro. I had a blast doing wrestling.
Mr. Wrestling guy, man.
Just coming around, just seeing how the community is, because wrestling is just different in itself, and being part of that, I guess you could say just a city tournament at Columbus High School. Mr. Secoy, the way he helped put on that tournament, they had it all. They had the windows open in the gym, but the lights were off. You had one spotlight in the middle of the gym that was spotlighted on that mat that those kids were wrestling on. You had student sections. It was a crazy atmosphere. So many schools, so many kids, so many athletes around the area out there at that one. And just watching how the wrestling community all comes together. And just, I mean, these kids wrestle and fight one another for 6 minutes on that mat, and then they're hugging and talking and having a good time together and just trying to work on it with each other in the craft and just seeing that. Whereas you don't see that a whole lot in other sports, that tight-knit community. The parents all mostly get along. The coaches all get along and hug one another. I mean, it's great to be a part of, and I'm glad I was able to do that this year, both over on the Alabama side and here in Columbus, to be able to see all these teams wrestling, watch a bunch of great wrestlers that won state titles between Columbus and Kendrick. Harris County kids making it far. Smith Station had a couple of them win state titles. So it was just great to be a part of and see a lot of these kids really do well and get ready to go to that next level in college. But, yeah, I'd have to say that city invitational, that city tournament was a big moment for me to be a part of.
I think that's awesome, man. And that's one of the cool things that we got to do this year is we got to be even more invested in wrestling. Flag football had some incredible moments this past year. I enjoyed being a part of and seeing everything that went down. Just another tremendous year.
Yes, it was.
On Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're going to take a break when we got more here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. Don't go anywhere. Be right back after this.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new GMC Sierra 1500 with savings up to $15,000 and $750 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New GMC Sierra 2500 HD with savings up to $10,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
A strong workout needs a strong recovery. And with your Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to 6 new amenities, like the Red Light Sauna and Polar Dry Plunge, both designed to reduce muscle soreness and relieve tension. Reset, restore, and recover your muscles so you can do it all again tomorrow.
You gotta try this.
Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Deal ends June 19th. New Black Card amenities, even stronger value.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
And we are back here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show.
Mike Frost, Chris Gates, come on. After months, after a new haircut, he finally got it down. He will not let this company go down. Big Rich, how you been, man?
Oh, man.
How's everything going?
Well,
are you kicking and are you alive?
I'm alive. I'm here, aren't I?
Scratching and surviving. Big Rich, update us on Columbus United.
Thank you for that. Columbus United, right now, coming in with a record of 2-2-4. They have 10 points. They are in second place in the South Central Division in USL 2. Last night, they had an incredible comeback against Birmingham Legion FC 2. They were down 3-0 at the half. And then all of a sudden, they came out like gangbusters, scored 3 goals in that second half. including 2 goals scored by their incredible striker, attacking midfielder, center back. He plays all the positions. The 6'6" Sako Konate, who's like playing like Wemby. He's like on another planet. This guy is so amazing. Columbus United gets the very valuable point. After the past week, losing to Southern Soccer Academy 6-0, I was talking to Coach Flaherty. That's one of those throw the tape out. It just nothing was going right that night. And before that, they picked up their first victory at A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium a couple weeks ago against Montgomery United FC, 3-2. They were down 2-1 in that game, and Casanio Hall scored 2 goals in that game. He's actually got the team lead with 4 goals because he did score a goal in the second half of last night's match. And now they take on their big-time rival this Saturday night, 7:30, A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium against Dothan United. It is military night. I know I was at Fort Benning the other day. They're giving out free tickets to this event at A.J. McClung. They want to try to pack the place. I don't think they're going to get like what the Columbus Lions or the River Dragons have at the Civic Center, where you have all these soldiers in fatigues citing the Soldier's Creed. I think that's a Dana Barker thing, but that's another story. But I love what Columbus United FC has done, and I love what Coach Stuart Flaherty. If you haven't gotten to know this coach, he's got a fun personality. He's English. He loves England in the World Cup. He thinks England's going to win it all. We have just great conversations, but it's a great time to be a soccer fan, especially with the World Cup going on. We just had a soccer match up in Atlanta for the World Cup, and we're going to have one on Father's Day as well, Spain and Saudi Arabia.
United States tomorrow, trying to hopefully go 2-0.
Taking on Australia?
I honestly think if they take down Australia, that's their probably most
they win the group.
Opponent, and they'll win the group. And who knows? Could this be the year they make it to the quarterfinals at least, or maybe better yet, the first time in almost 100 years, make it to the semifinals.
But Thriv, I tell you what, that staff at Columbus United FC, they have been fantastic. Started with Coach Stuart Flaherty, his first year as the coach. Elaney Hitchcock, been doing a great job as the GM. And then Paxton Bush, which you have some family ties to Paxton Bush. Philip Bush, the PA announcer, does a fantastic job as the stadium announcer. And Michelle Bush, keeping the score and making sure every time there's a goal scored that she's flickering the lights. Oh, yeah, we had so much fun up in the press box. I wasn't able to call the match yesterday because I did have a family emergency, but I tell you, I was listening to Tyler Dykes and Matt Melton. They have so much chemistry, and it flowed so well. I'm blown away by the soccer knowledge from these two guys, and they had fun on the broadcast, and I'm glad that they were able to fill in for me. And I tell you, it was a great night. I know they wanted to win, but to come back from 3 goals and to get a point with a 3-3 tie, with Sako Konate scoring that goal in the 90th minute, when you thought they were going to lose the game, it's like, oh, we came up so close. But Sako Konate puts it in the back of the net. The place goes absolutely nuts. And I know that they have got to have a lot of momentum from that tie going into this upcoming match with Dothan United.
All right, from Columbus United, Lions are undefeated. Remember, they got a game this week as well.
Jersey.
Summer basketball has been going on. I know we didn't get to we got some of the George Williams games that it just came up, but looking forward to seeing how that continues on. We think we'll be done. I don't know if we'll have any more summer basketball now after this week, and we'll be there for that 7-on-7 tournament at Smith Station next Wednesday.
Can't wait for that.
Richard, should be a lot of fun. We were just talking about early on next year, man. We got some big time games around football early in the season next year. It should be a lot of fun. But August the 14th, it's only GIAA schools. It looks like it's going to be a Calvary show only in town.
We going all out for that one?
I mean, it's going to be the only team that's playing locally. Brookstone and Pacelli both on the road, and Macon will still have those games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Middle Georgia Sports Live. But the only team playing August 14th, Calvary, at home against a team they beat in the playoffs last year by 2. Richard, that'll be a big game.
So by default, high school game day is going to be at Calvary, right?
That's probably going to have to do it, Richard. We're probably going to go all out for that. Richard, we talked about some of the best moments, but the thing I wanted to have you on here, and we were talking with Mike Frost, is, the Directors' Cup. Columbus High just won that for the top 2A sports program in the entire 2A classification of the HSA. Congratulations to Columbus High on winning that. That's because almost every single sport they're competitive in or made a deep playoff run.
Yeah, that's right.
And think about this: volleyball semifinal, softball deep playoff run, tennis state runner-up, cheerleading state championship, cross country state championship, track and field competitive, baseball made the playoffs. Only basketball teams were the only one that didn't make the playoffs. How about the football team winning more games they've ever won in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
It was a good year for Columbus side. So that made me think if we had a Georgia-Alabama Sports Live Cup, and it's going to happen next year. It's coming. We're putting it together. We're going to have a point system. Me, you, and Ricky Rogers, Frost, we're going to put our minds together. Dave Plata, that come up with a good criteria on how we going to go about ranking these teams. And so, with that being said, if we had a Georgia-Alabama Sports Live Cup, and that included every single sport, even the sports we didn't actually go and broadcast, but we covered, like track and field, tennis matches, who would be the top team? And I think we we came up with about 9 names. Teams we know for sure. Glenwood, because they got a major state championship in baseball. Playoff, made a deep run in playoffs, and then all the other sports were competitive. Pacelli won a state championship in basketball, boys basketball. Deep playoff runs in all the other sports. Flag football won a state championship. Volleyball won a state championship. They got 3 of them. It looks like we know who the leader in the hen house would be. But Glenwood, Pacelli, and then Columbus, obviously, who won the Directors Cup. Those 3 pushed them to the side. They're in a kind of a category of their own. Russell County was competitive in every sport, didn't win a state championship. Harris County, state runner-up in softball, but competitive in a lot of female sports. Football didn't make the playoffs. Boys basketball didn't make the playoffs, but baseball did. Brookstone, again, no state champions last year, but made competitive in almost every single sport, made the playoffs in almost every single sport.
Right.
Calvary won a state championship in
softball.
Softball made the playoffs in every single sport except girls basketball and girls soccer. Carver, the problem with Carver is they're dominant in basketball and football than any other sport. They struggle. And same with Shaw. Competitive made the playoffs. Those are the 9 schools out of the 15 that we cover that I would put in a category, but I really think Glenwood, Pacelli, and Columbus are all in a category of their own. Rich.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that we could start this list up, and I think it would be a good criteria to give each school a point for making the playoffs, 2 points for making it to the second round, 5 points for winning a championship, and then adding all the sports, including the sports that we don't cover on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like tennis, golf, track and field, cross country. I think that would be amazing. I know that there are some schools that have more sports than others. I know Columbus has got a lacrosse team and other schools don't. Calvary's got an archery team. Nobody else has. There are some schools that's got rifle teams. We know that some of these schools maybe have 1 or 2 individual players that are on the swim team, but they don't necessarily have a full team. So that's something to think about when we have this criteria. But yeah, I agree with that list. I think Glenwood, Pacelli, Brookstone, they're right up there with Columbus, and I'm glad that we were able to just talk about the recap of last season and what they were to accomplish in all these sports.
Yeah, so glad that we were able to do that. And by the way, I want to shout out again Columbus High winning the Directors Cup, and we're gonna put our noggins together and come up with that criteria. Obviously, you win one of the major sports, you get a little bit higher points, but if you win a state championship, and regardless, you're going to get major points. Then making the playoffs, how you did in the region, what did you do in the playoffs, all that's going to be in there and part of the criteria. The wrestling, same thing, individual guys that did that for the school, may not be team, but individual-wise, they did a good job, Richard. So I look forward to coming up with that. And like I said, there's about 9 names that I have there, but I honestly think Pacelli, once we tally it all up, may end up being that school because they've made the playoffs in almost every sport.
Well, you seen all the banners outside of Diamond Field?
Championship banners. And
look at all those banners outside of Diamond Field. It's incredible.
I look forward to starting up that.
Esports.
Yeah.
Did we talk about esports? That's another champion that they could win a championship.
Very competitive in that. So it's going to be a lot of fun being able to do that. Big Rich, Rip Barrett here, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live Show. All right, Richard, let's wrap up this segment. Some other great moments of this past year. Pacelli Brookstone semifinal volleyball. I know we did it for the GIAA, Richard. I was not there for that, but I remember that went down to the wire. Correct? They played in the
semifinals
game. Lee Halverson thought that was going to be the year.
It was incredible.
We thought that should have been the state championship.
That should have been the state championship.
Should have been the state championship by the year before. But I know that was a great moment. And you got to call that game. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I was up at Shorter University, got to call the semifinal between Pacelli and Brookstone, and called the championship between Pacelli and Tallulah Falls, which they were down by one set. But Shannon Menifee, Anna Doe, Mayla Resnick, they are just outstanding volleyball players. Pacelli winning back-to-back volleyball titles with two different coaches, Jillian Schoenberg in 2024.
Yep.
And then Kristen Trotter in 2025. And now they got a new volleyball coach for 2026. It's going to be incredible. I mean, we've had so many great playoff matches. I mean, we talk about moments. I know that is definitely one moment. Calvary softball beating a very good Strong Rock team. Which,
especially that game.
That game was like epic.
You were on the call with that too.
Going down to the wire.
I'm surprised. Yeah, both of those. That's a great point, Rich.
Definitely a great point. When you look at the football season, obviously what Brookstone was able to do, getting all the way to the state championship, but incredible epic game against Stratford Academy. A game that I think if it wasn't for that one special team play, they might have won the championship, and they had that. I think they had that game won. But you were on the call for GIAA.TV with, I believe, Mike Frost. So I know that was the day I wasn't calling games, but I was able to see that.
And I tell you what, one of my favorite moments
great.
Were Richard was definitely Smith Station Shaw. Didn't know what to expect. It was a Thursday night. We're getting there. The game got postponed, and I'm like, man.
The rain,
and the amount of people that tuned in to watch the opening game for the Blair Harrison area, and then him to win against the school he was just at the previous year. I mean, that's a pretty cool moment to see.
It was a full circle moment for him. Yeah,
that was awesome. Being a part of Pacelli in that game against Athens Christian that went down to the wire, and they ended up winning the state championship. And Athens Christian almost hit a buzzer beater that would have helped them in either win the game or tie the game.
Yeah, that looked like it was going in.
I think it would have been tied the game.
Yeah, that would have tied the game.
But what a ride for Calvin Thomas going back-to-back. That's 3 in a row for the Pacelli Vikings. That was a lot of fun. Hardaway and Carver playing that incredible girls basketball playoff game in the second round. It was absolute standing room only. That was, a ton of fun. And Glenwood baseball, being there for them against Gordo and how hot they got, and seeing Coach Fanning and 150 runs, really the whole playoff run, but being up there at Jacksonville State and to see them win a state championship, just beautiful stuff this past year, Richard. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back from break, we got more here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show, and we'll wrap it up. Don't go anywhere. Late night edition.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the
There
Georgia
we
Alabama
go.
Sports
All
Live
right.
Show
There
Here.
he's getting it.
at the Collins Scroggins Studio.
So I want to wrap it up with this. Give me my single shot right now, Chris. Do y'all not know who I am? When I walk in the gymnasium or football field, I'm Alan Thrift Behringer. You don't want to make an enemy out of me. I promise you that. Chris Gates, that producer who keeps trying to make me look bad, you don't want to make an enemy out of me. No, big Mike joking around. Talking about, can I pull a Stephen A. Smith right now? When I walk, I'm gonna start showing up in a suit with a turtleneck, walking into these basketball games like I'm the show.
Some high waters on.
Brother, high waters on with it, and then I want to get approached by one of these coaches, and I'm not gonna say nothing in it.
I just shaved my head just a little bit further back.
I'm gonna listen. One of these coaches is gonna check me. I'm not gonna say nothing in that moment. I'm gonna go call the game, and then I'm gonna come back in the show. When I'm away from the coach, I'm gonna say, "You don't want to make an enemy out of me. I'll get you fired. I'll blast you right now." No, I would never do that. And we've had a lot of fun this past year, and I think that's really what the beauty of what we do. We give hot takes, and I want to do that. But what I don't want to do is we're never going to put out negativity. We're never going to try to make someone look bad. But we can argue about who the best receiver is. Mike wants to say Mitchum Kelly, and I told him, you don't want to make an enemy out of me. Mike had to go. He wanted to go hot take Stephen A. Smith. But we had a lot of fun here, Mike, and it's always been a great show. And looking forward to 2026, 2027. Can you believe that we're almost about to be there, man?
Almost there, man. Got a couple of things coming up here recently in the summertime before we get ready for the season. But, yeah, I'm just ready, man. We got football, softball, and flag all ready to kick off in the next couple of months here locally. Volleyball not longer after that. But we talk about the 7-on-7 at Smith Station. I just found out during the break that there's a big tournament going on, I believe the first week of July, the 6th and the 7th for softball here locally. So get a lot of teams going to be playing around town, getting ready for the
Little League, too. They got their stuff going on right now. There's a lot of things going on locally before we get the season started.
Parents don't get a break during the summertime like they used to.
Never. They never do that. And I cannot wait to continue on sitting with an athletic director, say the programs. We got more episodes that are going to be dropping soon. I'm going to try to catch up with all of them. So if you missed the episode 1 with Brian Easton, go back and watch now. Thank y'all so much for watching. That's a wrap on tonight's show. From Mike Frost, I'm Thurk Behringer, Richard Holdridge. We'll have Phil Jones this Sunday to talk some high school football. Again, love having Phil Jones on, man.
Phil Jones, ITG next.
Look, put it on me right now. Phil, ITG, you don't want to make an enemy out of me. Love you, Phil. Look forward to having him on. And I promise you this, I will never be Stephen A. Smith and the phony jabroni nonsense he did after the Knicks won a championship. And it's like, brother, I can never tell when he's real or not. What the crazy thing about Stephen A. is he used to go on air saying he's the same way off air as he is on air. And then I just see an interview with someone on a podcast, and he says, you know what's crazy about me? I'm quiet off air. So I'm like, so you're not the same. So you're literally saying you are an act, and you are a caricature. And that's what it's almost become. You won't have to worry about that here.
Nah.
Me and Mike couldn't pull that off if we wanted to.
No.
If you see me in person, I'm the same way on air, and I will always be that way. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show.